And we are back. It's the MMA After Hour. It's the quickest break in the history of television, if you watch us on television. I mean, it's literally 5 seconds long. But there's no time to waste today, my friends. UFC 220 coming up. Bellator 192. It's a very busy time in the world of MMA 2018, starting off with a bang. So let us not wait any longer. Without further ado, it's everyone's favorite segment. It's everyone's favorite time of the week. It is time for...
And now it's time
Rick's
to
Picks.
open up your ears and your minds, MMA fans. It's time for Rick's Picks. Rick's Picks.
Where's some of that
Rick's
CBD?
Picks
I want
are
to try
lots
that
of
stuff.
fun, and his
Never
hair
tried
is
it.
in a bun 'cause it's, you
I
already
hear it
know
works
what
wonders.
Rick's Picks. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. It's the new craze taking the world by storm.
If you've been off today, hope you enjoyed the show.
Studios in beautiful New York City.
The great country
Rick's Picks.
of the United States of America. Here he is, the one and only Rick's Picks. Now, the kids these days, they like to wear hats with a sticker on them. Are you one of those?
I'm not a hat guy.
Okay,
I gotta
period.
be honest. I'm not a hat guy, period.
I feel like it looks good on you.
The last time I wore, thank you. I appreciate that. The last time I wore hats, I wore them like backwards. And what'd you say? I dropped a mixtape? Danny with the commentary back here. Yeah, I was real young. I was rocking the backwards, I want to say like NBA hat. Not even a team because, as you know, I didn't really pick up a team until I was, how old was I? 7, 8 years old. So I was rocking the backwards NBA hat.
Well, you look great.
Thank you.
You never look better.
I know you appreciate that I cleaned up the
Yeah, oh yeah.
the mane a little bit.
You look much better.
Thank you.
Now, if we could just work on the top.
No, work on? People need to work on catching up.
But you do regret shaving the sides. You've said that before.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Because now I'm committed to it and can't grow the full length without it looking super goofy. But that's okay. I mean, I'm still top of the game. Still doing what I love to do.
My mom just texted me.
What'd she say?
She said, DC, best interview, loved it.
It was very good.
And I could have gone another hour, but I could tell they were getting a little restless there. We never really spoke about the fact that there was a flight coming up, so I hope, no one's mad at me.
When he said 7:30 to JFK, we're looking at the clock, maybe it was like 5:15. I have to admit, I got a little knot in the pit of my stomach.
For real?
That's a trek.
Holiday weekend?
That's the thing. And Pedro smartly pointed this out. Likely not to be a ton of traffic on the way there. So you might be able to get away with that.
Don't make me feel bad.
But typical 5:20-ish rush hour, that one ain't happening.
Okay, so right now it says 51 minutes.
Yeah.
So?
No, he'll make it. Hopefully he's got the TSA pre-check.
He didn't check bags.
Yeah.
Right?
We'll be okay. We'll be okay. You won't remember when Weidman didn't make it somewhere or something, and you owed him Uber money?
No, it's because he took a cab. Now I'm so nervous. I'm sweating. All right.
Listen, it's gonna be great for embedded. It'll be a story.
Yeah, right. What are the chances? Okay, can we put money on whether or not this actually sees the light of day as far as embedded is concerned?
I'll say this. Why send the cameras if it's not going to make it?
That's true. That is.
You don't need to waste their time and energy. I think it will make it. Look, it's the most prestigious show in the sport. It has to make it.
Would be nice.
Maybe they ask us and, get the
on the house
proper credits and all.
No, we don't need the credits. All good. All right, what do we have? I just checked in with Yoel's manager. He said he's trying, but he says he has no idea what happened to him.
I mean, I've heard the same.
Yeah. All right. What do we got?
We've got our top people on it.
Okay.
Number one, I think this is the only way we can start this. Here we have an Instagram post from one Tyron Woodley honoring Martin Luther King on Martin Luther King Day. With a quote, this posted to his Instagram, "The time is always right to do the right thing, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and then some hashtags paying tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. on MLK Day. Next, we move to a moment you talked about earlier today. Matt Hughes, I'm not going to talk all over it, so we'll tune in for a second.
Was involved in a harrowing, life-threatening accident. But thanks to his trademark heart, perseverance, and determination, Hall of Famer Matt Hughes fought back, survived, and is improving each and every day. And that recovery is nothing short of remarkable.
And so this was the package that rolled out yesterday.
What an amazing gesture by the UFC. It was incredible to watch.
On Friday, 43-year-old was seriously injured.
Matt Hughes is one of these guys who is a pioneer in this sport and has helped this sport evolve.
Matt Hughes has defeated Royce Gracie.
It was like a monument. It was like a legend. He was the best fighter of all time.
Matt Hughes with a submission, and it's all over. It's all over.
In my eyes, he built me. He built George St. Pierre. He built us. I owe it to Matt Hughes.
How sweet is that victory for Matt Hughes?
People always ask me, you know, what's your favorite fight? And still to this day, my favorite fight is Hughes Trigg 2.
Matt's face is going red. He might have to tap. Oh, Matt Hughes.
So what were your thoughts when you saw this video initially, when they started rolling this out?
Well, I saw a picture of Matt Hughes and Thiago Alves from earlier in the week in St. Louis, so I had an idea that he was there.
Yep.
And so I thought that they would just cut to him
In the crowd
waving. But I was really surprised to see him walk out because we haven't really seen much. Like we saw the one clip of him rolling on the ground. And I saw the clip with the nurses, that, you know, like that sort of press conference. It wasn't really a press.
Right
like
here,
this moment
clip
right here,
actually.
Yeah, and so obviously we knew that he was doing better and that he was up and that he was out of the hospital. But to make the walk again, and actually, Chael Sonnen had a great tweet about it. How he did it the opposite. How, you know, he made the walk at the end after the tough fight. Was pretty amazing. And then of course when you stop and listen to the lyrics of the song, the title of the song, Country Boy Can't Survive, it's perfect. And so, you know, moments like this is very rare. You don't see this. And his story is rare, right? I mean, this is not something that we want to see all the time, but I just thought it was just, it was perfectly done. Could we get that quickly for a second? Could we put that back up?
Let's bring the audio back up a little bit here.
Yeah, this is the moment. So like now you get an idea. All right, he's coming out.
How about the shirt too?
Yeah, the shirt. Of all shirts, he picks a Ruthless Robbie Lawler shirt. Just amazing. I mean, man, if you didn't get goosebumps watching that.
For anybody who's listening and not watching, you need to seek it out.
And welcome back a legend of the Octagon, a Hall of Famer, two-time UFC welterweight champion of the world, and one of the greatest mixed martial artists of all time, Matt Hughes.
It's awesome. And then he greets Dana White, and then he sees his wife, and he's emotional. Just great stuff. Well done, UFC.
Yeah.
Nothing more to say.
And well done, Matt Hughes.
Well done, Matt Hughes.
Incredible. What a great moment. I had no idea. I don't follow the kind of ins and outs of the fighters on social media. Caught me completely by surprise, but I have to admit getting a little bit choked up. Okay. Can I bring the audio back up on this one too? So this is from Invicta.
Oh my.
We see Invicta FC fighter Mallory Martin here doing a bit of a Khabib Nurmagomedov, telling Tiffany Masters that she's done.
Oh my God.
No one can save you.
Oh my gosh. That is terrifying.
And it does ultimately lead to the TKO in the finish. The rest of this goes into an interview with her. But well done, Mallory Martin. Terrifying.
That is terrifying.
But
great performance.
Congratulations. Great performance by her. Kind of been a little bit up and down. It was a real focused one for her, and a great part of a great event on Saturday. Okay. Next, we move on to Pat Bam Bam Healy stepping away from the sport. I couldn't quite embed the Facebook post itself, so I'm just going to read this tweet that he sent out that embeds it.
Love Bam Bam.
Thanks, everyone, for your support. Disappointing performance, to say the least. I thought about this a lot recently, and this was my last fight. I can no longer compete at a high level. It's been a hell of a ride. I've gone places and seen things I never thought I would have a chance to make friends and memories all over the world. MMA gave me a life I could only have dreamed of. I will now focus on helping the next generation become successful and finally getting my BJJ black belt. So good luck to you, Pat, on that journey to BJJ black belt, and thank you for a great career.
Awesome fighter, veteran of the sport, been around forever. Was royally screwed after UFC 159 when he got the bonus and the whole marijuana thing.
Marijuana,
it was 130,000, if memory serves me correct. And so always felt for him after that. But one of the good guys has been on the show before, multiple times in the past. And I know he fought overseas, I think in Russia. I think he fought for ACB this past weekend.
That's correct.
And, you know, you got to know when to say when, but great career. Nothing to be ashamed of.
Another tearjerker here. This one, Felice Herrig posting to her Instagram a repost from a young lady named Monica, who had been dealing with some things. She was hit by a car while riding her bike and suffered traumatic brain injuries. And Felice sent her a kind of gift box. It was a competition, and you can just tell how much this means to her. It's nice to see people in the MMA community kind of giving back to others.
Wow.
So shout out to Monica. Congratulations on
well done.
winning the little gift box, and obviously, kudos, Felice. You've done a great thing here. Okay.
What?
Alimale McFarlane.
What the hell?
You didn't see this story?
No.
So Alimale McFarlane was doing a celebration of her title.
What?
And during the celebration,
no,
the place that it was at burned down.
Get out of here.
So that is the remains of her belt.
Come on.
Yeah, no joke.
Wait, is this the same celebration where her dad met a guy who ended up being his long-lost brother?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
That's a story I may not have been clued in on.
Well,
but
you don't read MMAFighting.com. Alexander Lee.
What's that?
Wrote a great story about it.
I don't know if this is that, but...
Geez, it's been very eventful for Alimale McFarlane.
I do know that her belt did burn to a crisp. I'm sure Bellator will handle it and get her a new one.
Jeez
but
Louise.
You can check her Twitter, this next tweet here. There's a GoFundMe to rebuild the structure that had burned down. The link isn't complete on this, but go to Alimale's
what happened?
Twitter. I don't know about how it started, but it is safe to say that it burned down and her belt was inside and she lost it.
Yeah. Alexander Lee wrote a story on Friday. They had a party to celebrate her becoming the flyweight champion, and she ends up meeting her uncle, who she didn't know was her uncle. Dad meets his brother. Crazy.
And belt gone, but...
And his name's Walter.
Uh-oh.
Great name.
Speaking to you.
Yeah.
Okay, this one.
Burglars and her cat was
this is a horrible story.
Jesse Jess,
Jessica Rose Clark, who goes by
who picked up a huge win yesterday.
How she picked up the win in the midst of all this?
UFC Fight Night 124, but tonight.
Yeah, so she competed
back here at home in the
last night, picked up the win against Paige VanZant, but unfortunately somebody burglarized her home and kicked her cat, who had to be put down.
You know, they didn't even take all the TVs. Like, they took a bunch of my clothes and shoes and then figurines and stuff. So I don't know if it's someone that we know. I don't know if it's someone that's been in our house before. But like, that cat didn't do anything. And the fact that, you know, that someone's baby and now has to be put down, it's messed up.
Yeah, it's super unfortunate, but highlighting this only to say, if you're in the Vegas area, have any idea what's happening, please contact the police. These people have made away with her belongings. And not only that, but killed her.
Kill the cat? Jeez Louise. Why? Like, what was the cat doing, you know? That's the part that I don't understand.
I'm sure it was just annoying the progress, and they...
But do cats really do that? I'm not a big cat guy, but I feel like cats are the kind of people that
I don't know.
kind of animals that just sort of stay
on their own.
Yeah, especially when there's some kind of ruckus going on. They're typically, like that's where scaredy cat comes from, right?
Yeah.
Did you really have to do that on your way out? And how she was able to keep fighting, like to stay on the card. I can't even imagine. She found out on Thursday. The fight's on Sunday.
Just awful.
Your cat, horrible. Just horrible. Good for her that she won. She gets some positive news. But man,
there's a number on the screen right there for Nevada, 702-385-5555. If anybody has any info,
does that?
Okay, next Rick's picks. Thought this was interesting, more so than good, bad, anything like that. But Rory McDonald is being sponsored by cryptocurrency.
Yes,
and then he actually followed up our tweet to say it's called Dash Pay. Michael Chandler also being sponsored by a cryptocurrency. Michael Chandler here posting to his Instagram that he announced a partnership with CoinLion.com. Although this doesn't seem to be a currency, this is a trading platform. CoinLion is a trading platform.
You know anything about?
A little bit. I mean, I know more than anybody who doesn't know anything, but I can't say I'm a risk-averse person.
Yeah.
So I'm not one who's trying to get involved in the cryptocurrency business. But I just found it interesting that cryptocurrency is now coming into the MMA sphere in a big way. Rory and Michael are two of the bigger stars on the Bellator card. And cryptocurrency is kind of making its way there.
I know nothing.
It's having its day in the sun.
Gives me a headache thinking about it.
Rory, I remember, had been talking about Bitcoin forever. On our show, he talked about it back in like 2014, something like that. Now, I bet Rory's doing pretty well with that Bitcoin. Now that I think about it.
By the way, Jesse Jess tweeted a couple of minutes ago. So
What'd
the
she say?
home invaders stole every single item of training clothes that I own, all my training shoes, plus my UFC debut fight outfit. Throw an Aussie a bone at Reebok? ?
I mean, yeah, that's probably something.
You know the people at Reebok really well. Hook a sister up.
So that's how this is gonna go? Now it's my responsibility.
What shirt are you wearing there anyway?
I'm wearing a Reebok shirt.
What is that, Vitor Belfort?
This is no, I don't think so. This is although I can't see it by looking down, but this is the 219 official tee, I believe.
Oh, who is it? Is that Cyborg? Or
actually, maybe that is Vitor. Is that Vitor?
No, he's not on 219.
Here, let's see.
Oh, there you go. It's just generic.
Yeah, maybe it's just, I don't know. But I'll find out.
Crazy that once again, Vitor trying, here's another fighter saying, can you please pay me, win money? Keeps happening. Got to start putting it in those contracts, right? The UFC is under no obligation to pay. Like, the days of them doing it out of the goodness of their heart are no more. You got to get that in your contract. Get it in writing so there's no wiggle room. Keeps happening.
Okay. Moving on to the next Rick's pick. Conor McGregor. Stare down. What I love about this also, I'll get to in a second. Let me just read the tweet.
Okay.
Conor saying, face off with Mr. Branson. He is not a knighted sir on this soil, entering the fight territory.
Yeah.
What I love about this is the screen in the back makes this look like a real weigh-in stage stare down. The way the fighters are kind of projected onto it. I buy it. Branson's in good shape.
Richard Branson.
Sir.
Yes.
Richard Branson.
Sir Richard Branson.
I feel like he could give Conor a run for his money.
Yeah, he wants some award, like a Lifetime Achievement Award. He's pretty young.
That's pretty good at a young age.
He just turned, what did he turn, 29, 30? Lifetime Achievement? Well done.
I mean, he's achieved what many men will not achieve in their lifetime, so I could justify it.
So what did you want to say about him?
About who?
You said you wanted to say something about Conor.
No, I was just going to say that the background, I like the way it's projected. It's reminiscent of the real weigh-ins where they projected onto the screen. Could have passed for a weigh-in.
It looks like Branson's wearing a wig there. Oh, I was
he's got that hair.
I was wondering if you were going to bring this up.
Oh, of course I am. We're transitioning to more Conor talk.
What's like the perfect example for this? Like where it's like two people like doing something and the rest of the world is like, please stop.
Pretty much anything that two people do together until it's like dead and in a coffin. But Floyd Mayweather posting a headline that says Conor McGregor allegedly punched a member of the Irish cartel and may have a 900,000-pound bounty on his head. Or no, sorry, euro bounty on his head. And
can we first talk about that? Like, that's like a month-old story.
It is a very old story.
What are you doing, Floyd?
To which Floyd reacts now a month later. I already fucked you up in 2017. Now they're about to fuck you up in 2018. You're about to start your new year off with a bang, and then some very like ominous emojis: a knife, a hammer,
what is
a pickaxe, a bomb, a coffin.
Floyd? Just stop.
To which Conor McGregor responded, "I am the cartel," which I think is the appropriate response.
Well, can I tell you my favorite thing about this response is that he didn't quote tweet it. He just sent it straight to him. So
he's not a quote tweeter.
He actually is. He quote tweeted Khabib.
Yes, but typically he just responds.
Does he?
Because the people are of the stature.
Yeah.
That both people will be following them both, so he just avoids that.
Fair enough.
He circumvents.
But then it kept going. The whole thing kept going.
Oh, I didn't know there was more.
What?
Thank God.
Oh my God! It went back and forth, back and forth. More tweets, more pictures.
For me, it ended after I am the cartel.
Oh man, that was just. If it would have ended there, then I would have been okay with it. But it did not end there. Did you notice though? Speaking of Conor's social media, that there's been a lot more of him training, wrestling, jiu-jitsu.
I did notice this.
Yeah, interesting. Very interesting.
You have something to tell us?
No, I mean, Dana, someone just told me that the sound is dead. It's always good.
That person's probably wrong.
Yeah. Never mind. Jesus. Guilherme. Yeah. Hey, Guilherme, maybe you should plug in your speakers.
Oh, Guilherme. Nice of you to chime in, just like last week. Oh, nice of you to...
Hey, Guilherme, thanks a lot for the tip in the middle of the show. The sound is dead.
Great.
Oh, whoops. My speakers aren't working. Yeah.
It's me. My headphone didn't work.
Thanks so much, buddy. Yeah, thanks a lot. Maybe charge those wireless speakers of yours. What were we saying? Were we talking about Conor?
You were talking about Conor training.
Yeah.
A lot more, a little pickup in the actual.
Oh yes.
Fight realm.
Well, Dana White said yesterday that the latest he heard was that he wants to return in September, and if he comes back in September, then he's going to strip him because that's too long. There has been talk of April, Brooklyn, Khabib, Tony, but I reported on Friday they don't want the interim belt. So something's got to give.
It's a standoff.
Khabib doesn't want the interim belt. I don't blame him. At this point, he's not injured. You got to make a call. I think, here's the thing.
It's hard.
Here's the thing that the UFC is facing. Khabib is a star. He's healthy. He told them, if you want me to fight again before the first half of the year, I have to fight before May because that's when Ramadan is. Well, they're going to Brooklyn. Guess who would be a massive draw in Brooklyn? Khabib Nurmagomedov of Russian descent. Trust me, I know. I went to this little restaurant,
Brighton Beach.
Yeah,
right?
And it was insane. People loved him. They were mobbing him. And I think if promoted correctly, it would do very well. The guy doesn't want to fight for an interim belt. He says, "Hey, you've got a lightweight champion here who hasn't defended the title. He's not injured. He's healthy. Give me the real belt. I'm 25-0. Why should I be fighting for an interim belt?" So something's got to give. Something's got to give. There was a tweet out there by Tony Ferguson where he said back to work. So something's going on. I mean, that's really what's going on. So we'll see who, wins out on that one. But I don't see, and I made this case on the beat on Thursday. There's a very strong case to be made. I don't even know if you can argue against it at this point. Conor doesn't need the belt, right? Like Conor is selling the same amount of pay-per-views with or without the belt on the line. He's above the belt. And so you almost get 2 for 1 in the sense that you get the belt off him, you get a title fight, and you just let him fight whatever fights he wants. If he wants to come back and fight for the belt, great. But if he wants to fight Nate Diaz or this guy or that guy, jump around, George St. Pierre, you're making a ton of money with him as well.
I think it still means something to him, though.
To who?
To Conor.
I mean, it does, but he's not defending it.
I think it still means something to him, but in terms of perception of him, in terms of does he need a title, will that boost his significance in any way? Zero.
Sure, it's nice. It's nice to be called champion, and I'm sure he still considers himself the featherweight champion.
He's the champ.
Yeah, but the thing is, if Conor goes out and does like a media tour, press conferences, ESPN, car wash, this, that, and the other, no one's like, is it for the UFC lightweight title? The casual fan that really boosts his pay-per-views doesn't even know what the UFC lightweight title is. Mayweather-McGregor wasn't for a belt. You know what I mean? Like, no one cares about that stuff anymore. They just want to see fights. They want to see fights involving big names. So the UFC can get its division back, and they can get Conor whenever he wants to come back, and any fight that he's in, whether it's against a champion, an interim champion, a legend, an up-and-cut, whatever he wants. You're going to make money off of it. And I really believe that at this point, he doesn't need to be in a title fight. And he'd make the same amount. It's all about matchups with him at this point. Like, he is making minimum, he is generating 1 million pay-per-views. Now, if he's fighting, Nate, and it's promoted correctly and people want to see it, like, that could do 2 million, fine. But I'm starting to wonder about that one. Like, I feel like
time is...
Yeah. Khabib, this, that, you know what I mean? But I feel like he's still always going to make 1 million. Like, he's the only guy who could go in there against anyone and make 1 million. He's the only one who could be on pay-per-view by himself. And, you charge 65 and people are all in. Even if there's one fight, I think people are buying it. So I don't think he needs the belt. And that's why, I feel like they're I think they would agree. I think they know that. So get the division back on track. Of course, if he wants to come back and defend the title, that's the perfect scenario. But if not, get the division back on track. You've got a great fight with, a lot of history tied to it, a lot at stake. Why not? The one thing I'm interested in, if they did book Tony Ferguson versus Khabib, would tickets sell early? You know what I mean? Because we've seen this before. They've tried to make the fight before, and it's fallen through at the 11th hour twice now. Would tickets sell, or would people just wait? I'm curious about that.
I have to think they would sell.
Yeah? Well, they're certainly more popular now than they were before.
I have to think. You can't go in with the assumption that somebody's going to get hurt if you're looking to go to an event. I think they would sell.
Yeah, but some people might wait. They might say, you know what, I'm going to wait to see. I'll wait to see if the fight actually comes to fruition. I'll wait till the week of, 5 days out, whatever. I don't know.
What if you put it somewhere else on...
No, Brooklyn is a perfect place for that fight. Perfect.
Or what if you put it underneath a heavier weight title shot? Maybe something that could kind of soften the blow. I
think that's a main event fight.
I don't disagree with you there. I'm just trying to
just look at the roster. There's not that many higher weight,
opportunities right now for that. Yeah. Okay. Daniel alluded to this.
Oh.
During the interview,
Volkan
Ozdemir taking to Instagram, posting a picture of him knocking out Corey Anderson. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Wait, who was it? Who did he knock out? Manuwa, sorry.
Manuwa.
And John Jones knocking out Daniel Cormier, to which Daniel Cormier responded, "Savage post, Volkan Ozdemir, but since no one knows or follows you, I'll send it out to the public. 3,000 likes for such a good post seems like a waste. Quick point, though. You're not John Jones, and I'm no Jimmy Manuwa, and I'm a lot better than Kelly Amundsen."
Yeah.
Tap machine. Bum. Bum.
Bum is a great one.
Bum. LeBron made bum great again.
You bum.
Make bum great again. LeBron James. It is a great post by Ozdemir, but I feel like DC may have one-upped it.
It's tough to go toe-to-toe with DC.
He's good on the social. Yeah. And it is him, I believe. So, next we have an Instagram post from Michelle Watterson, wrapping up the season of the challenge. Here with some of her
what happened?
Castmates. She was on the final.
Okay.
Unfortunately, she did not win.
Her
team did not win. But it was a really good effort and a really good season.
Wait a second, her team?
Yeah, you make the final with a team. This team right here. Michelle, Josh, and Justina.
Oh. It's a 3-person thing?
It was a many more people thing, and then it whittles down as you go on. These were the final 3 from the celebrity side.
Are those 2 from the real world, or are they?
So no.
Okay.
These are, well, because this is not the real world road rule side of it.
Oh.
This is the celebrity side. Josh in the middle is from The Bachelor.
Okay.
And Justina is from an MTV show called Wildin' Out.
Oh, yes.
But they did really good. Michelle was great.
What kind of ratings does this show do?
I have no idea.
Watch it.
Who cares? I watch it.
Where's Jedi when we need him? The ratings breakdown.
I think he's posted ratings before and they do well.
Has he?
In fact, actually.
I need to go back.
I believe Jedi Goodman showed me some premiere ratings or maybe finale ratings one time, and they were really, really good.
Really?
Strong. Well, congrats to Michelle. Great effort this season.
I used to watch MTV all the time. Real World, I loved it.
It's not too late. This show is the best thing going.
I never watch it anymore.
Watch this.
All right.
Even when MMA fighters are on it? Never. I mean, that's...
What MMA fight? Oh, you mean like Michelle Watterson?
Yeah, like Michelle Watterson and CM Punk.
I can't do MTV. Just can't do it anymore. I'm done with it.
Different strokes for different folks. But it was a fun season. Good job, Michelle. Okay, here. What we have here is a clip from Glory Kickboxing. Now, the date on this tweet is actually from December 9th. Here what we see is a kickboxer from the UK named Bailey Sugden. And the reason this tweet is relevant is because Bailey walked out to a song that may be familiar to many people listening. Maybe you even. If we listen in closely, he walked out to a song.
He's known as a
if you don't recognize it, this is Man's Not Hot by Big Shaq. And this subsequent tweet is from one NewYorkRic. Myself, featured on Rick's Picks. I've quote tweeted this tweet from December 9th.
Where's
I put a little heart.
Where's the date?
It's okay. You can verify it. You can find it.
A lot of work.
It's okay.
A lot of work.
You see the little heart eyes emoji.
Yeah.
On December 9th.
Yeah.
And what you'll see here is a handle. There's somebody tagged in this tweet by one NewYorkRic. And that person tagged in that tweet, I'll give you a guess as to who that is. You want to take a guess?
It's at Michael Dappa.
It is. And Michael Dappa is an actor, is a rapper, is a comedian.
So I see where this is going.
Who created the
Michael
song
Dappa.
Man's Not Hot and the character Big Shaq.
So
if my mathematics work here, if the timelines all line up, this would imply that, I know it's been secret internet information for a long time, but this would imply that maybe, just maybe, I knew who he was before the award show. Possibly. Maybe.
Still skeptical.
Are you speechless?
Because here's the thing. I don't see a date. I still don't understand the thought process behind pretending you don't know who this guy was when you did the award. Like, the award is supposed to be
have you ever
reflection.
Have you ever heard of the term kayfabe?
Oh, stop it with kayfabe. You're not in on the joke.
Have you ever heard of the term kayfabe?
Again, if someone said to me, hey, did you see that interview with the guy dressed up as like the British Jamaican guy and he's interviewing Donald Trump? Have you seen that? I'd be like, yeah, Ali G. Yeah, wasn't that weird and awesome and funny? Yeah. You don't know who Ali G is? He's a character that's played by Sacha Baron Cohen and he interviews people. You didn't do any of that. So you were trying to work me?
Yeah, I was trying to work you.
Why?
And guess what? I did work you. I did work you.
I still maintain.
And guess what? I worked all these jabronis, all these marks out here.
Why the heel turn? Why turn your back on the people who brought you to this point?
You know what? I told you last week. It's the same thing. They have this sense that they are the only ones who have this knowledge, this widely available internet information. This is not a secret. I don't know if you know this. This is not a secret. You're not informing me. You're not telling me a secret that only you know. I knew. We all knew. Guess what? Everybody but who knew? Everybody but who?
Well, no, I never claimed to know.
Exactly. That's why it was. That's why I worked you.
I actually believe that I'm the only one being honest in this whole situation. I didn't know. I still don't quite get it. I mean, I get it.
Let's just say this.
But I don't believe you.
I'll contact CJ. We're gonna need a new fedor.
Why?
Because I'm taking it off the desk.
Get out of here. That's why my friend Jason Ryan Jones just tweeted, "Give up the fedor doll."
Look, you know what? I'll be a good guy. I'll be a good guy.
Where's the date? I don't see any date.
I'll send it directly to you.
Where's the date?
You want it? You want the tweet? You want it over G-Chat?
I need the people to weigh in on this because I really don't feel it's very easy to go back
and create a tweet from December 9th.
Yes. It's very easy to edit. Photoshop. I don't know what you kids do. I don't buy it.
Fair enough.
I don't buy it. Where is it? Where's the damn tweet? You showed me a tweet, and guess what's not on it? No date.
I mean, this is the route you're going to go. You really think like I can't pull up a tweet with the date on it?
Let's move this along, all right? Let's move this along. What else do you have?
If you would, Rob.
One of the great...
I'm going to go full screen on
one of the great stories. Someone found the tweet. Someone already found it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Other side.
Oh, look at this. January 9th, 2018. Yep, I don't see it. All right. What else do we have? Any questions?
No,
at all?
I got something still here. I wanted to put up a tweet on the screen here.
Yeah, I don't really see anything. We're going to such great lengths here to do this, right? If I could only get this kind of love for my my actual show here.
Here we go. What's this on the screen here? Let's go with this. Oh.
Yeah, okay. Again, of all people, really, this is more insulting than that whole little shtick you did a couple weeks ago during the... So wait a second. You're telling me right here you couldn't Photoshop this? Honestly. Where's the proof?
Here, let's press the refresh button on this one.
What refresh?
Oh.
What? There it goes.
Ariel, I value your commitment. I really do.
Yeah. Joey Santosa says, those people aren't saying they're the only ones who knew. They're saying you didn't know. You.
And guess what, Joey? Let me tell you something.
Well.
This is going to hurt your feelings. I knew.
No, I don't buy it. I still... If you really did know, and maybe you're presenting a case
okay.
here. If you really did know, it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense.
See, if I hadn't mentioned this, if we never, it's like, it really is kayfabe. We're breaking kayfabe.
Yeah.
We've over dissected this. It was fun when he was kind of
177 million views.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Now. Then you get into a whole conversation about, at a certain point, even though he's a comedian doing a joke song, like it really did become a monster smash hit. Like he's touring and doing collaborations with like real musical artists. Good for him. Michael Dapper, like, well done.
Well done.
Well done, buddy. Okay, we spent significantly too much time on this. We're going to end on one thing here.
Okay.
A gentleman named Scott sent me a tweet on Friday. I was at Invicta. He sent me a tweet just kind of going in on me a little bit. Not unlike other criticism I've gotten in the past. Wasn't really a departure and didn't really, stand out. But for some particular reason, when I clicked on it, I saw his profile picture. And in his profile picture was a picture of his family. His beautiful family, by the way. And in order to kind of get one up on him, what I said was, what would your beautiful family think of this terrible message that you sent to me?
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I was like, okay, I killed him with kindness. I got one up on him. It was a great thing.
Oh, no.
He Instagram messaged me.
Oh, no.
To apologize. He said he was sorry.
What have you done?
And went into it and had a real conversation with me.
Okay.
And during the course of that conversation, we kind of, just started talking, passing information back and forth.
Yeah.
And he's a huge fan of the show.
Yeah.
And I told him, because he had mentioned this in one of his tweets, I told him that if he tweets the show, I'll feature it because the story is, within his beautiful family, Scott's daughter, May, had stage 4 neuroblastoma.
Jeez.
So she was battling, and he says it in the tweet here, she was battling the same cancer that Joe Lozon's son had.
Yeah.
And, you know, through this kind of interaction that we had on Twitter, we got to talking as people, person to person, rather than kind of just like sniping at each other on Twitter. And I thought it'd be appropriate. Scott turns out to be a good guy, had a moment on Twitter. I had a moment on Twitter, didn't mean anything. I thought it'd be appropriate to instead turn this Twitter thing into a way to highlight something good. So Scott wanted to shout out MSK and Beat NB, these 2 organizations that helped his daughter when she was fighting this cancer.
Wow.
And so this tweet here is showing how people can support those 2 organizations. You'll see there the URL for beatnb.org and the site for MSKCC, who helped his daughter get through. And I believe he said for 3 years she's been cancer-free.
Wow.
So shout out to you, Scott.
Wow.
We got off on a sour note,
I
but
saw that.
I wanted to turn it into something nice. And all the best wishes to May and the rest of the family, and stay strong. And yeah, support MSK and support Beat NB. And that's how you can do it. You can check out the links.
Don't you feel like an a-hole, huh?
Look, I'm trying to do a nice thing. Scott, you know, apologetic, is trying to do a nice thing. And I think ultimately sometimes people lose their selves a little bit on Twitter. And I think that it's important to remember that behind those screens, we're all human beings, and Scott's a good human being. And I try to be a good human being. Sometimes I fall
Actually,
short.
it was that tweet to Scott that kind of pissed me off as well.
What?
Because I was trying to work with you on something, and I'll tell the story quickly. So in your other life, you do some work for another organization, and there was an interview opportunity that I thought would be good on the show, and so I reached out to you on Thursday, and you were like, "Yeah, I'll work on it." Cool. NewYorkRic works on the show. I mean, he's going to get it done within minutes. You know, I'm very neurotic when it comes to booking the show. Like, it's something that I get a little crazy about. Other PR people can attest. And he's going to get it done. He knows me. He knows, you know, the show and everything. Works on the show, cares about the show. Friday, you know, mid-morning, nothing. Tells me he just landed. You're going to work on it. Cool. Night, nothing. Text, no reply. Check on Twitter. I mean, usually you're on Twitter, you're on your phone. Typically, I see you're battling this tweet. I wasn't going to bring this up. Yeah, shout out to Scott. I'm like, wow, you had time to talk smack to a guy, you know, and not even text your colleague about the show, me trying to ask for some help. You had you chose to do that over actually like texting me back. Get a like sort of, you know, blasé response, gonna work on it, and I'll give you an answer by Saturday morning. I said, when can you give me an answer? Saturday morning. Saturday morning comes, nothing. Saturday afternoon, nothing. Saturday evening, I have to text, check in.
No. That's not what happened.
And I just like,
excuse me.
Okay, my bad.
As they say,
that's
check
the one.
the record, bud.
Oh, okay, don't even hang up on this little, okay. Saturday at night, he texts. By now, the show's like done, booked. It's 10 p.m. I'm half asleep. I'm watching the David Letterman, Barack Obama interview thing on Netflix, which was a lot of fun, by the way. I highly recommend. And, yeah. Okay, yes, I can do it, but there's stipulations.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. Yeah, thanks a lot. Here you are 24 hours later with the worst response. Like, it's not even a response. And I'm like, this freaking guy works on the show, knows, you know, the kind of person that I am, knows how neurotic I get, and he doesn't even care. He doesn't even care. He's too busy responding to people on Twitter. Now,
this is all accurate and fair.
I'm happy that it led to this, and I'm happy that you spotlighted this. But I must say,
I know. Look at you.
I was not very happy about it.
Of course you're not. You're turning this thing that we're trying to make a positive difference in the world.
You brought it up.
All about Ariel Helwani.
I wasn't bringing it up.
All about Ariel.
Not all about it. It's the show. You bring it up. It's a tweet that made me remember about the feelings I was feeling on Saturday, how mad I was. And I was like, wow. I mean, you talk about a Benedict Arnold move.
Now, time
should I bring up the email from 2011? Should I bring it up? Should we talk about it? What we've done,
you're just gonna read this
done for your life, has changed your life. Should we read it again? I mean, what needs to happen?
let me interview you for a second
No,
here.
there's no interviewing.
People have to understand. Well, first of all, those things are not mutually exclusive. I can be on Twitter and still working on it and not have a response.
You
but
must
your thing
acknowledge the text. You must
have to
acknowledge
acknowledge
receipt of said text. You
this
must
is
say
my
working
this is
on
my
it.
texting style.
Hey, no.
This is my texting style. I don't respond unless I have something to respond
We've talked
with.
about this. You know we've talked about this, and you know I have said to you that I don't like this.
Your neuroses is not my neuroses.
Well, guess what? Adapt. Okay.
I have to have an update worth sending before I'm going to send it. Me saying nothing is not my style. I want something to give you.
I'm on it. That is giving me something. That's reassurance that you still freaking care, that you actually take pride, that one out of every million shows when I ask you for something, that you actually would be like, you know what? Wow, he's asking me for something for a show. I'm going to try to get this done for him.
And I did try to get it done.
You know what I got back? I'm working, bruh. What are you talking about? I'm not asking you for a personal favor. I'm talking about this freaking show. This is work too. You're not working 24/7. Oh, and by the way, you have time to tweet back people's snarky little remarks, but you don't have time to actually say, give me a second. I'm working. It's 50-50.
Okay,
it's 30-70. It's 40-60. Give me something.
I will make you a pledge right here, right now on the MMA
Not
Hour.
coming back ever again.
I am going to tweet you all kinds of delays and nonsense.
Yeah.
All that stuff that people give you the runaround that's not a real response.
No one gives me the runaround.
I'm
All
gonna
the
give
PR
it to
people
you.
I work with are infinitely better than you because at least they give me updates. They say, I'm working on it. Give me a second. Give me a day. Give me 24 hours. Give me 36 hours. Give me 30 minutes. Give me something. You don't even give me something. It's unbelievable. I'm thinking to myself, I am so lucky that I work on a show where the guy who works on the show with me, who's been here longer than everyone, actually works in PR. And 1 out of every 10, 15 times, oh, he has a guest that I'd like to have on the show. That's a no-brainer. That's a layup. Doesn't even come through for me. The guy doesn't even come through. Not only does he not even come through, he doesn't even send me a reply text. I can't even get a reply text. I can't even get that. And when I do get a text, it's a bitchy remark. It's like, oh, I'm working, bruh. Oh, yeah. Like I'm not working. Like it's Saturday and I really want to be hounding people for interviews on this godforsaken show. Yeah. You know how frustrating that is? You know how frustrating it is? Yo, Romero, not responding. You not responding. People not responding left and right. You know how frustrating that is? I don't want to have to deal with it as much as you don't want to have to deal with it.
I will work on it.
Yeah. Work on you.
I will work on my texting.
New you. Respond to the damn text.
I will work on my texting.
Respond to the damn text. This idea that I don't respond to text. If you text me, anyone could attest to it back there. Anyone who works with me, I'm giving you a reply within 30 minutes tops. A reply. Anything. Even if it's a cool, even if it's okay, even if it's a yes, if it's a no, I am responding without fail. This thing doesn't leave my back pocket or front pocket.
I mean, we need to have a talk about that.
Yeah, we should have a talk about that. To a fault.
Yeah.
To a fault.
But
you need to fix it because you're in the business of responding to people. And especially when it has to do with this show. This is no joke right here. I was pissed. I was going to tell you to stay home. I was going to say, stay home, do the holiday, and I'll see you next week. Suspension. First ever in the history of this program. 1 week suspension.
Good times.
Okay, can we answer some questions?
Yeah, let's answer some questions.
Hope you learned your lesson.
I don't know. We'll see.
I didn't want that person on the show anyway.
Oh, that's not nice.
Well, meant it.
Okay. We start the questions, how we start every week. Ariel Helwani asking the question of the week.
Yeah, no sponsor.
Do you like it what the UFC and Bellator hold big events on the same night, as is the case this Saturday, Bellator 192 and UFC 220? Overwhelmingly, 11,000 people answered. Overwhelmingly, 75% say no.
Yeah.
25% say yes.
I agree with them.
Now, I mean, is there a reason to say yes? I'm trying to think of it. Is there a perspective where yes is the answer? Like, wouldn't you prefer to have
I get it from
your attention undivided?
When I'm home, I don't mind it, but certainly when I'm working at an event, I hate it. Now I'm being 100% selfish here, and I'm asking people to be selfish. Like, I'm asking your opinion on this.
What do you want?
When I'm home, I don't mind it because there's such long breaks between the fights typically that you can kind of squeeze them in, and these days you can watch things at the same time. I really don't mind it when I'm home, but when I'm working, I hate it. So I was just curious what fans thought about it. In a perfect world, separate nights?
I think so.
In a perfect world, but I don't hate it when I'm home.
Yeah. But I mean, you have to flip back and forth a lot of times, or you have to
usually break out the computer or the, like.
I like the attention being undivided, but I guess there's 25%.
Yeah.
Of people that like it, but I'm not into it. I want to pay attention. I want to. I'll
tell you what I don't like: bumping Lima and Rory. I was so fired up when I got that. I was so fired up.
Yeah,
you agree with me, right?
I do.
I think it has to be last. I mean, are you kidding me? Way to tell the audience that this thing is just like a promotional trinket. I mean, you talk about promotional malpractice. Trademark Mr. Luke Thomas. Actually, trademark Mike Chiappetto, then gave it to Luke Thomas, but you get my point. That is promotional malpractice.
I didn't...
You finally have a title fight that's worth being a title fight, and you say, you know what? Entertainment purposes, we're going to bump it down. What? A week out?
Now, Chael was spinning it, but I didn't even consider this, that it is a tournament. It is a title tournament. There is a title.
That it's at best a number 4 contender fight. It's not even like the finals of the tournament. It's not the semifinals to get to the finals. You know what I mean?
I don't like the move personally. And I think objectively we can look at these fights and say that Rory versus Lima is an amazing fight.
It is so amazing. It's one of their best title fights ever.
For Chael at Rampage. I personally don't love the fight, but Rory and Lima are in their primes right now. This is the best fight on that card. It's not even close.
Yeah.
It might be the best fight of the week.
It doesn't make sense. And what's the line of thinking? Oh, we want to end with the title. What? There's no title on the line. There's actually no title on the line. We want to end with a bang. What are you talking about? You think Rory versus Lima is going to be bad? Under whose, under whose, I don't even know. What? No way. I mean, it's like the biggest no-brainer of them all. Lima and Rory is your title fight. It has to be last. And Chael and Rampage is going to get you there. Co-main event.
Yeah.
And even if Chael and Rampage sucks, let's just say there's a chance that it's a boring fight, right? Who's changing the channel and not coming back to watch Rory versus... But by that point, you're that invested in the night that you're not buying the UFC pay-per-view. What are you doing?
I'm with you. I don't understand the thought process. I'm with you.
Ridiculous.
Put the best fight on.
Put the best fight on last. And by the way, put the title fight on last.
Yeah, it just happens to be a title fight as well.
Especially 8 days out, especially when you say that the tickets are selling better than last year. So there's no reason to do this whatsoever. If it's a ticket buying thing, fine. If you want to do it 2.5 months ago, you think the name, Bellator 192 Rampage versus Chael is going to sell. All right, fine. There's a case there, but you didn't do that.
Not with it as well.
Yeah.
Dennis Hernandez asking, what's your opinion on Paige VanZant's performance yesterday at 125, considering she fought with a broken arm for over 2 rounds? I think we ultimately just have to...
Well, that's the most important part, considering she fought with a broken arm. Don't take anything away from Jessica Rose Clark.
No.
But she broke her arm. To me, I was impressed. Can you imagine? If someone broke my arm right now, I'd be on the floor, fetal position, crying.
Think what you want about Paige's push promotionally. Think what you want about her skills as a fighter.
Don't question her
toughness.
toughness.
There is no doubt about her toughness at this point.
I mean, after what happened in the Rose fight, remember that fight?
She is tough, and she is a fighter. There's no doubt about it.
Tougher than a $2 steak, as Jim Ross tweeted.
I like it.
Yeah, she is super tough. Tough break. Hopefully she's not out for a while. I was looking forward to seeing how she would perform with the new team. Things happen. It's not like a freak injury. She injured herself in the fight.
Yeah.
Performing, in the fight. It was spinning back fist. She breaks her arm. That's what she said on Twitter. It sucks, but Jessica won the fight. It's not like she slipped on a banana peel.
It is not mutually exclusive. Jessica Rose Clark could have had a great performance, and Paige could have had an unfortunate injury without discounting one of them.
Still want to see the Jessica Paige fight whenever she heals up. Jessica winning, big win for her.
I think that'd be a good comeback for Paige. Okay, our friend Anwar asking, isn't it great that the UFC and Bellator go head-to-head on the same day? Look at the Monday Night Wars between WWE and WCW. Those were the best years. Do you see an equivalency there between that?
I do, but one's on pay-per-view, one's on cable, so it's a little different.
I think that's a big difference.
Gigantic difference. But I could see, as a fan, again, these are great. Invite your friends over. We're going to watch 2, and it's going to culminate with Ngannou Miocic because Bellator's not going to go till, 1 a.m., and you'll get the DC fight. And, you'll get Volante versus Barroso. You'll get some real great fights. And then you'll have, Bellator and I think that their card is very solid, main event switch or not. So I could see why you would really like this. Have some friends over. I'm saying me, selfishly, that's why I asked. I wanted people to, because I just saw Jessie Jess tweet something about it, and it just came up again. It's weird. It's almost like she's like tweeting in response to the show. The standing count is now at 3 hands broken, 1 forearm broken on my head. So I could see making a night of it. I'm bummed that I can watch it live, but I'm also super excited to go to the UFC card. Is great. I mean, you get what I'm saying, right?
I do.
If I was home, I wouldn't be complaining, but because I'm not home, I'm complaining.
Oh, Jedi Goodman delivering the goods.
Oh.
Challenge Vendettas, that's the new season of the challenge. Episode 2 average 872K viewers.
That's
Episode
better.
1, 888K. And then the show that Michelle was on, the last episode did 609K, 689K, the one before that. So yeah, they do okay.
Wow.
They do well.
That's better than I thought.
It's a hot property area.
Yeah. Who knew?
You need to get on the train here. Okay. Do you think the fight between Stipe Miocic and Francis Ngannou is a win-win for the UFC no matter the result? If Stipe wins, he becomes the most dominant heavyweight champ ever. If Francis wins, you get a marketable superstar out of Africa and the scariest UFC champ ever. Do you think that this outcome is good for the UFC no matter what?
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's been a while since the heavyweight division was like the stable division.
It's rare.
Yeah. So yeah, I do like it.
I don't think we've been in this position in a long time where the UFC heavyweight division has options after this fight. But
you know what they say? Our job isn't to create champions, it's to create contenders. They being the UFC matchmakers.
Should the UFC use one of the fights? This is from Steven Chapman. Should the UFC use one of the fights on the Orlando card as the main event, or do they need to add a new fight?
I mean, what's the main event?
Slot?
There's this weird thing that they're doing lately where they put the card on sale without a main event. They did it in St. Louis, and they're doing it with this one. And I think if ticket sales do well, they'll just bump a fight up. And I think Branch Romero was in that spot, but now that Romero's gone, I really don't know what you do. I really don't know what you do. And that's a Big Fox show. That's not an FS1 show. We started off the Big Fox experience with a heavyweight title fight, and now it's come down to this.
I believe we have one or two more questions. If from Jalen, if DC goes undefeated from here on out, will losing to John Jones twice tarnish his Hall of Fame career? Should it tarnish his Hall of Fame career?
Hell no. You know how I feel about DC. And forget the person and all that stuff. I think he's one of the greatest of all time. I think if you want to say John Jones is number 1, he's number 2. If you want to discount John Jones, you can make an argument that he's number 1. GSP's in that discussion, of course. I think he's one of the greatest. I mean, certainly top 5. No diminishment whatsoever. His only 2 losses were to John Jones. One was turned into a no contest. He's incredible, and I'm so interested to see how he responds because this is fascinating. He's coming off a knockout loss, but he's the champ defending the title. And I think his mindset going into this fight, I'm not the champ, vacant title, don't hold up the belt, is the perfect mindset. That's the way he needed to approach this fight, and he's done so perfectly.
I think Daniel Cormier is possibly the second best fighter ever.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't think that diminishes him at all.
Not at all.
Now, if he had won, does it make a strong case for him being number 1?
Yeah,
clearly,
100%.
But I don't think he should have anything taken away from him for not being able to beat the best.
No.
How likely is it that Joe Rogan parts ways with the UFC when his contract is up this year and Jimmy Smith takes his place? I've been seeing a lot of this. People think that Jimmy Smith is coming in to replace Joe Rogan.
I wouldn't be surprised. Joe is clearly doing less and less shows. And I think Jimmy is the perfect replacement because he's not like the active UFC fighter or the former UFC fighter. People like to compare the two. I think they're different, but they do certain things similarly. And I think Jimmy Smith is phenomenal. Yeah, maybe it's a sign of things to come. but I don't see him like completely going, away cold turkey very soon. But he's the best one to answer that.
Yeah,
it's just why not? They're doing a crap load of shows. The more the merrier. Also, using him on the Fox set, I think is good. He's a seasoned TV guy. He knows the sport. Sometimes, let's be honest, it's a little rough up there. So why wouldn't you sign him?
I mean, it's a no-brainer.
No-brainer.
One of the best in the biz. Ariel, this person's asking, Aline or Alin, are you guys gamers at all? Would like a live UFC 3 fight between Ariel and Rick with custom fighters at heavyweight. Are you a gamer?
So I mean,
this is a topic of the moment.
Oh,
there's a lot of
people
Twitch stuff.
Yeah.
And
actually, a great story last week. There was a big story with the Overwatch League. Do you know what the Overwatch League is?
Overwatch is a game under.
Well, I think it's a league.
They have a league. With
yeah. Anyway, they struck this big time deal with Twitch. I think it was for $90 million for 2 years, and two pretty high up former UFC executives who were let go, part of the layoffs when WME IMG came in, were very instrumental in putting together that deal. So I thought that was very interesting. I have a lot of respect for the video gaming world. I'm interested in it. I'm fascinated by it only because of how popular it is.
Yep.
I'm not fascinated by the idea of sitting down and watching people play video games.
Not even Demetrius?
But I will support the Twitch stream. When I was younger, I used to love like sports games, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out and Mario Brothers, of course, Madden, NHL, NBA, all that stuff. Never really, once I was, high school and on, never played. My oldest son, who is 5.5, is really into it. Like, we exposed him to Wii, and I didn't want to expose him, but my brother gave us an old one and we put it on, and he just like fell in love, almost to the point where it's like too much, like an obsession, and he won't stop. And now he does this thing where he goes on YouTube and
watches
people
playing games.
Yeah. And he's like fascinated by it, and he tries to emulate
Twitch is
it.
not far.
Oh my God. And I'm like, what is going on here? I'm like, what are you watching? It's like a guy jumping around. Like, what are you watching? And it's almost like he's watching a cartoon, right? And it's so bizarre to me. And so I feel like it's just this thing that's ingrained in them now. Like,
it's generational.
Yeah,
it is.
It's so bizarre.
He's going to be on Twitch any day now.
Yeah, he's really into it. And so what I did was I took that interest and I turned it into a reason to expose him to the Super Mario Brothers cartoon from the mid-90s. Do you remember this cartoon?
Yeah, I do.
It's the Mario Brothers and Plumman's the game. So that was a great Saturday morning cartoon. You watch this thing in 2018, the animation is horrendous. It is absolutely horrendous.
I feel like nostalgia.
But guess what?
Carries the day on a lot of things from our kids, from our childhood.
They love it. They actually love it. So, well done.
Suffice it to say, we may not see this matchup, or maybe we will. Maybe.
Oh, what's the matchup?
Me versus you in the game. But maybe, look, maybe they make it happen. Maybe EA can make me and Ariel square off. I actually was playing while I was ignoring your texts. I did. I played NFL Blitz.
Oh, well, what's that?
At the arcade. Wait, what? NFL Blitz?
Is that like an NBA Jam?
Kinda, a little bit. It's the one where like the tackles were all like bone crunchers, and you could like body slam people after the thing. It was fun.
Wait, so you were literally at an arcade?
Yeah.
The story just keeps getting worse. You were too busy to text me because you were at an arcade. Wow. Were you at Dave & Buster's?
No, it's a place called Up Down in Kansas City.
Oh, wow.
Great.
You're actually regressing in your loserdom. You're becoming more of a loser. Like, you used to be like,
just a regular loser.
Now you're just even more
subhuman
of a loser. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm happy for that tidbit. Are we done?
We're done.
Thank you very much. Not sure if I'll see you next week, but God bless.
Oh, you going somewhere?
No. Suspension. Boom. Here comes the boom. All right. You can get them off the screen. I'm sick to my stomach. I've had enough. You can hit my music as well. It has been a fun day, my friends. I'm the kind of guy I get really annoyed when people don't show up, when they say they're going to show up, but I'm going to blame this one on the management team because I think that there was some kind of miscommunication and they're saying that they can't find him and all this stuff. Nevertheless, it has been a great day, my friends. It has been a great day as we prepare for one of the more interesting weeks in MMA. certainly of the year. Yes, the year is only 15 days old, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun on Saturday night. You go in Bellator, you go in UFC, you go in both. I feel for the people on the West Coast because they can't even watch it live. If you don't have like satellite, you have to actually wait 3 hours, which is kind of annoying. So it's not exactly truly head-to-head, but it's close enough. Anyway, it's going to be great. I'm heading off to Boston, shipping off to Boston come Thursday morning. So I'll be there for the media day, and then we'll do the weigh-ins and the preview stuff, and then the fight night stuff and the post-night stuff, and then we'll be back on Monday to do this show again. Can't wait for it. Want to thank Luke Rockhold for stopping by. Best of luck to him, UFC 221, and of course, best wishes to Robert Whittaker. Still find it a bit weird that we don't really know what's going on with Robert Whittaker, but hopefully we'll find out soon. Thank you very much to Douglas Lima. Best of luck to him on Saturday. Big title fight for him. Great stuff from Big John McCarthy. Glad to hear that he's feeling better. Good luck to him on Saturday in his Bellator TV debut. Thank you very much, Chael Sonnen. Best of luck to him. Thank you very much to Scott Coker. Good luck on Saturday as well. Thanks for coming in, Brian Kelleher. Thank you very much, Chris Cyborg. And of course, thank you very much to the one and only Daniel Cormier for stopping by as well. And good luck on Saturday. Back next week. Same time, place. Peace. How about you?